for starters, I guess you're a much better coach tonight for some reason, right, than the last couple of games.
Yeah. Did it with no 2-3 zone.
I know, right?
Which is amazing.
You guys obviously get Jalen back. He disrupts things on defense. He was fast. He didn't make it, shoot a high percentage, but he was fast and quick on offense. Things just looked better on both sides of the floor. How much of that was just Jalen being back, and how much of that was maybe just going to happen anyway because the team?
Well, I think everybody was back in their roles that they're used to playing. Guys that come off the bench, like we were so much more in sync. And with Jalen back, obviously he's an Energizer bunny. 5 steals is terrific. But I thought, regardless of Jalen being back, we were so dialed in to go get a team win. And we were going to go do it on the defensive side of it. And it's amazing what happens when you guard, you can still score. We felt like we needed to find a way to get this win. It's awesome to get to 20 wins. Although some people seem to think we're out of it, I still feel like we're in the hunt, especially with a quad 2 win right now for an NCAA tournament bid. So this was a great response, and I'm very proud of the team effort.
You guys, obviously, you said everyone kind of back in their roles was a big part of it. You look at Mash not having to play on the ball, he ends up with 27 points. You look at Morris getting the ball in position to score just a little bit more consistently, and they weren't sat. Well, actually, they did sag quite a bit, and he still was successful. But everybody being back in their roles seemed to just make everybody kind of in a better mood about things too. Like they seem loose.
Well, when you got a big lead, obviously that helps. But I just felt like I didn't feel like I was coaching my team versus Air Force and Wyoming. We were so out of sync. And part of that is when you take one of the best guards in the country out of your team, your lineup in the middle of the season, it's just hard. That felt like the team I've coached all year. And they played hard. They competed. Like I said before, they just felt comfortable in their role. Everything was a little bit more in sync.
Morris getting that against a 7-footer and not backing off of a guy with the size advantage and a couple block shots, obviously, but he just kept going at him. I would imagine you were pretty happy with Morris's. I guess I don't want to say effort because it's not like he doesn't have effort a lot of nights, but his approach to tonight's game against a 7-footer was pretty impressive. I thought
he was terrific down low. He made his free throws, and our guys found him. Like we've been really harping on. We got to find him. He's one of the best big guys in the league. But he was very, very poised at the basket because Diallo's huge. And Mo did a great job of making some really good moves.
Ends a 4-game losing streak. Obviously, the last 2 were bad losses, really. The other 2 were at least competitive. You guys showed fight in the second half at Utah State. The Nevada losses obviously could have gone either way. But the last 2, you guys had to get that taste out of your mouth. I know there was kind of some of that factor tonight that you guys just needed to get those 2 games behind you. But in the grand scheme of things, how big was just beating a pretty good San Jose State team tonight? Not just because it ended your losing streak, not just because House is back, but that's a pretty good team.
Really good team who just beat UNLV on the road, just beat Utah State, who is a really good team at home. They're much, much improved. Obviously, Tim has done a great job. We just needed to get back to playing the way that we play and playing like a team. I think when House was out, Mash is trying to score every point, natural. KJ's everybody was trying to make up for it. And now we were able to get back to, okay, this is what's been working. So hopefully House can continue to get 100% as we move towards Boise. But again, it's like we needed to go get a road win. We needed to get 20 wins. We haven't had 20 wins since 2014.
Last time you were in the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, and it's I keep trying to explain to people it's not like we inherited this great situation. We were able to bring in some key guys, build on that, and it's been a terrific season. We hit a skid. We bounced out of it. Hopefully we see if we can go play well versus Boise.
I do want to ask one last thing. I'll let you go after this. The defense, 31.4% is what they ended up shooting, 22 of 70. I do think that the head of the snake, or however you want to put it, disrupting things was a big part of that, but everybody was playing better on defense too. Was there something either different about tonight? I know it wasn't the zone that I've asked about in the past, but was there something different tonight that kind of spoke to why the defense was so good all around?
I felt like with House out, we felt like, okay, we got to score to replace him. And we didn't have a defensive mindset versus Air Force and Wyoming. Today, we got back to team defense. We were not consumed with offense. And amazing, you scored 96 points in a league game on the road, which is hard to do. So I just thought it was a mentality. I think we were all zapped with 19 points out in conference, and we were trying to make up for it. And then we were like, okay, well, we're a guard down. We need to conserve on defense. Where this time now we had a rhythm with our subs, and we were going all out, and it was a terrific performance.
Yeah, that's a great question. I would say over this past 2 weeks, we just haven't been guarding and communicating on the defensive end and helping each other out. Once we got back to that in practice, and we had 2 great practices before this game. So our preparation was there, and our energy was there. I think the teams that have the most energy during this time period are going to flourish, and I think we had the most energy, today. So if we can just continue to build off that and just continue to steamroll that energy and just communication amongst ourselves and amongst the group, we'd be just fine.
You guys are dominant on both ends. It wasn't just like his speed that kind of helped out on offense and opened some things up. Like defensively, and he was disruptive on defense, but like you guys all defended better. You guys all shot better. You were 9 of 11 and finished with 27. Is that what? 9 of 11, 7 of 7 at the free throw line, 27 points. I mean, this is one of your best shooting nights of the season. Again, how much did him being out there help, and how much was it you guys were all just sort of sick of maybe what happened the last 2 years?
Yeah, I would say, he definitely makes a huge difference. I mean, he opens up so much stuff, for me because, teams got to key in on him as well, as far as that backcourt matchup. So, he opens up so much stuff for our team, and he's such a great defensive player that it gives us energy to fight for on the defensive end. But we all needed to get better on that end, all of us. So
Mo with another double-double and 31 points on the scoring. Sorry, 31 points, 12 rebounds, league leading 12th. 11th double-double, I think it is. How did Mo, against a 7-footer, like he just kind of kept going? Like he was due one of those games too, it seems like. How much did you guys have to get him the ball in the right spot? How much of that just Mo working?
It was, man, I would say this again. Mo is, he's not a super tall 5, man, but, man, that kid is tough, and he's going to keep going no matter what. He's going to give us double-doubles, and he's been capable of that his whole career. He's a great player for us, and he does so many things for us that probably y'all don't see, with like sealing and getting Jalen a couple easy layups. And just he was terrific tonight, and it showed, and he's going to continue to be terrific.
All right, this flight home is going to be, for a change, going to be a pretty fun one, I would think, or at least a relaxing one.
Relax.
You guys got another tough one next week, Boise State, Wednesday. Can you guys keep this going and not fall into whatever hole it was that the Air Force and Wyoming games kind of got you guys in?
Absolutely. I mean, I think if we just have these next couple of days of just preparation and practice and just taking those game reps seriously and those defensive reps seriously, we'll be able to carry this over. And we just got to just have energy for each other. If we're feeding energy and we're helping each other out and everybody's rotating and, okay, if we get beat, okay, next man takes that man. If we have that mentality, we're going to be just fine. Just fine.